Holy moly. Elon just literally broke the internet with the following tweet. Time to drop the really big bomb. Real Donald Trump is in the Epstein files. This is the real reason they have not been made public. Have a nice day, Donald Trump. Elon just literally broke the mother frickin' internet. In today's show, I'll be sharing the latest Bitcoin technical analysis, as well as Trump media files for a spot Bitcoin ETF approval from the SEC for their own company. Also, California advances their bill on unclaimed crypto and merchant payments. We'll also be discussing a Bitcoin supply shock incoming, as we now have the least amount of Bitcoin we have seen on the exchanges since 2018. We'll also be discussing crypto leverage trader James Nguyen loses another 25 million on his Bitcoin bet, as well as, is Elon going full Bitcoin maximalist? Well, according to the high priest of Bitcoin, Max Keiser, that's precisely what he is doing. He says Trump's plan: remove the debt ceiling, print trillions of dollars, see the Bitcoin price smash 1 million, then buy billions in Bitcoin. And right now, Trump and Elon are literally at war, online and publicly. We'll be covering all this plus so much more in today's show. Welcome everyone to the live stream. Holy shit, I'm still trying to digest what's going on publicly right now. So what a time to be alive. Grab your caffeine, get it in the bloodstream. Please, give me a double. That'll be 2 doubles, please. Nipinator, indicator, full effect. Welcome everyone to the live stream, TriStream, streaming live on X, Rumble, and YouTube. History is being made. Are you not entertained? Holy shit. Holy shit is my reaction to all of this. We'll be discussing all of it. Mark my words. Shout out everyone in the live chat. We got Crypto Princess. Welcome back. Where you been? Shout out Greg, Ahoy Captain, JV, and the Bitty Pirate crew. Thirsty Thursday. Cracking a brewski. Weak hands better not crack. That's right. Diamond hands only, please. Shout out Fairground. Shout out Oracle. Shout out Chandy 10 and the rest of the family lamb. DNA Noonan in the building. Holy shit. Again, I'm still trying to digest what's going on X. I can't believe it's all being aired out publicly. My intuition's telling me this is all staged and an act, or they literally are not on a script and they're just warring at each other and they don't give a fuck. What are your thoughts? Do let me know. Let me go ahead, pin the stream to the top of the profile. And you're going to notice the stream in a second, officially pinned. Once it's pinned, you guys can, easily find it on X. Be sure to comment, quote, all comments and quotes will get reposted. And if you hit the repost button, it's free. It'll only help us. Orange pill more the masses. We get the news out here. No lettuce hands, no Portnoy hands, please. That's what I'm saying. Crypto Princess says staged. Patricia says, why? Because everything in our life is staged. A great quote from William Shakespeare: the world is a stage and everyone's mere actors. And for those that must have forgot, Trump's background is an actor. He had the #1 reality show, which was called, was it The Apprentice? Correct me if I'm wrong, but that's what he is on paper. He is an actor. Just FYI, if you guys haven't figured that one out. But Elon says, U.S. is ready for a new party. Yeah, I saw he did like a poll. JV, can I get a gong hit? I can hit the bong. Of course, DNA. That gong strikes for you, brother. And that's a sign for the Bitty Broskies. It's now time to hit the bong. JV hits the gong. The Broskies hit the bong. JV hits the gong. The baddies, they hit the bong as well. Why not? Bong, bong, baby. Shout out Nipinator. You're a former chairman of the SEC. Live and in the flesh. Elon's going to El Salvador. As anyone thinks Bukele is a great man, is a clown. What? How dare you? I dare say the only politician I trust and believe on the world stage, Bukele, Bukele, Bukele. If your name isn't Bukele, I have zero trust for you, because politicians are not trustworthy individuals. Yeah, share the stream, legends. Thank you, Fairground. #2, holding down the crown. The baddies drop their thong. I like that one even better, DNA. Baddies drop the thong. Broskies hit the bong. And JV hit the gong. That's just how we roll. Again, welcome everyone to the live stream, TriStream. Holy shit, there's a war going on outside. No man is safe from. A little Mob Deep throwback for you. Shout out to the crypto surge and the rest of the family. And last month if I can get it.
Which one's the best crypto asset? Well, Bitcoin's the best crypto asset. Okay. What's the second best? There is no second best.
I'm not saying I'm #1. I'm sorry, I lied. I'm #1, 2, 3,
There's no second best crypto asset. There's a crypto asset. It's called Bitcoin, right?
So just people commenting, Trump promised to remove the EV mandate prior to being elected. Musk is now claiming he is the reason Trump was elected. Musk went to work for him while Trump was celebrating dropping the mandate. Musk worked for and helped elect a man who he knew was harming his business. Good insights there, Pacifus. Shout out Bub and Giles. Blunt, welcome to the live stream. Good to have you guys here. I appreciate the comments, the quotes, and all that. But yeah, so this is what I saw it when the beef started. Trump posted on Truth Social, Elon was wearing thin. I asked him to leave. I took away his EV mandate, forced everyone to buy electric cars nobody else wanted. And he just went crazy. And then Elon clapped back with the infamous tweet. I'm going to read it to you again. Fuck it. I'm going to show you the proof of work before we even jump into the show. This is craziness. This is what Elon, the world's richest man on paper and the biggest influencer and owner of X, wrote. Time to drop the really big bomb. Real Donald Trump is in the Epstein files. I repeat, real Donald Trump is in the Epstein files. That is the real reason they have not been made public. Have a nice day, Donald J. Trump. So first and foremost, do you believe that or cap? So either say, I believe it, or cap, which is young generation talk for bullshit. I'm curious your thoughts. I believe that. I genuinely believe that Trump was one of thousands of people listed on the Epstein client list. And but I don't believe that's the only reason they haven't released it. I think they're protecting probably hundreds of other very wealthy elite people, potentially more powerful than the Trumpster, in my humble opinion, just my two Satoshis, but let me know. Mom and dad are fighting. Exactly. Crypto Princess, like you, JV, is one of the few you can trust. The single greatest reason there is atheism is because of Christians that acknowledge God and Jesus with their lips and walk out the door for the back of their lifestyle. I guess you mean lifestyle. Imagine thinking people leaving Venezuela for the better life and being sold to El Salvador is awesome. Well, I'll tell you first and foremost, El Salvador is fucking awesome. It's my favorite country outside the U.S. that I've visited in recent years. I was there earlier this year, just FYI, so I'm speaking from firsthand experience. So before you slander Bukele or Bitcoin country, let me know if you've been there, first and foremost, just to give you a little bit of credibility if you have any. All right? And if you're going to keep fudding his name and his country, and if you've never been there, you've been warned. That's all I'm saying. Sweet Bitty McGee in the building. Welcome. Trump is not especially prominent in Epstein. Cecilis. Word up. Well, I've seen many of the photos over the years. I mean, granted, every single influencer has photos with Epstein, but I've never seen Nippinator with the Epstein. Never saw myself, JV, with a Nippinator. I mean, with the Epstein. Of course, I'm with the Nippinator. My apologies. I'm here each and every day for you guys. Good nose candy, says Guyper. What does that mean, nose candy? Is that the time? The all-time high is over. Everyone sell your Bitcoin, trade it for dollars because they're going to print trillions more. And who knows? Maybe the dollar will increase your purchasing power. There's no telling with Janet Yellen. Obviously, I'm being sarcastic, broski. Buy the frickin' dip and let her rip, tater chip. That's what I'm saying. But yeah, yo, what a time to be alive. It reminds me of this track called Bitcoin Presidents. Also, let me know, Max Keiser says Elon is on the cusp of becoming a full-blown Bitcoin maximalist. That's our feature story of the day. Let me know, yay, nay, do you agree? Let me know.
Less misplaced terrorists on our land. Trump and Bukele make their stand. A survivor alliance, a best in the world leader kind of highest.
This is going to be a hell of a show today. I'll be covering all the motherfucking drama. Thank you, JC Ice. Shout out our very own Oracle. Make sure you're following her on X. Back to the Bitcoin Press, Chandy 10 exclusive.
The alliance, borders locked planes in the sky.
So Oracle says it's staged. Let me know if you guys agree with our Oracle. Do you think this is all being staged right now? Or are they off the script? Let me know.
Prison they earned, a lesson they learned, least they escaped the urn. A judge wrote orders, tried to demand, but the first light. Some men bear burdens most never could. Decisions made not for want but for should. Bukele walked where others ran.
Let's blow up the stream. I'm just reposting all the comments and quotes, and I greatly appreciate all of you guys. So thank you, thank you.
Justice wasn't vengeance, it was the plan. MS-13 held the streets in blood. Extortion, fear, corruption's flood. Now inside, CCOT fate is sealed. No more terror, streets can heal. Trump called them animals.
And shout out Your Holiness, Max Keiser. I greatly appreciate the 2 reposts on the stream here this afternoon. So shout out Max and Stacy. Let's get it. Harry Ball's back in the building. Yes, the AI music is back. Shout out Chandy 10 and shout out our future president of Ireland, Mr. McGregor. He's proposing for the Bitcoin strategic reserve for the country of Ireland. I love the photo with the little one there. Let's freaking go. Future champion right there, and along with his father, the double champ, Mr. Conor McGregor. Don't overstep your bounds or get out of line. There's always a bouncer that will be happy to correct your behavior. Exactly. I don't know, for somebody to say you're in on the Epstein files is a pretty big whop, 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 whop. Elon, come up. Bad stage, says Laser Cat. Another question. Do you think Trump really got his ear blown off? Or do you think that was staged? Considering we're talking about staged events and actors, I'm curious. Let me know in the chat. Already 400 people on the stream. This is going to be a big show today because there's a lot of controversy and drama, and you guys love controversy and drama, and that's the main reason you're here. It's for the entertainment. Fuck the news. Sometimes you come to see the cute little Nippinator indicator, but you guys are here for the drama. Please admit it. Come on now. Jeff Curry, he wrote, on my way to listen to JV, the best biddy content in the game. Say the name, JV, JV. Exactly, and nothing to do with junior varsity. Just say that. Thank you again, JZ Ice and the rest of the Amalam. And shout out Sweet Biddy. Trump's clone got his ear blown off. How many Biden clones are verified? At least a dozen. So come on. But anyways, fam, it is staged, says Oracle. I fully believe that. They are 2 buddies 2 days ago. I know. 2 days ago, they're best friends. Now, worse enemies. It is kind of strange, I dare say, isn't it? I despise the drama. I'm a take action kind of guy. Word. Share, 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 share for the repost, the repost, the repost, the repost. There's 7 of them, JB. Maybe there's 19. There's just no telling. There's Novid-19. What's junior varsity anyways? We're the alphas. Screw the betas. We're the apex predators. You know what I mean? Johnny Bravo in the building, keeping it Bravo. Driving Tesla price down so they can buy it back cheap. I'll just tell you this. Never been a fan of the Elon whip. I know they're nice and all, but I don't trust that shit. And I'll get a little deeper into some of my reasoning and some of my personal thoughts between the Trumpster and Elon and what's really going on right now. But stay tuned. Got a lot to share. It's going to be a great show. All this immediately after Elon got the black eye. He's a part of the club. It's a ritual. That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. Not quite senior varsity. Exactly. Not quite. Not quite. If Elon's working with Trump, then he was on Gilligan's Island's list. It wouldn't make that look too bad now, would it? It'd be something if Elon was on the list as well and is calling out Trump. Then it's like, but here's my opinion. If it's real, which I doubt, but if it was all real, I think the next logical move would be for Trump to call out Elon's bullshit, which is the biggest fantasy of the world, that space exists and that he's truly sending rockets into outer space and that we're creating civilization on Mars. Let's just call out the obvious bullshit if this is legit, right? Because Elon just exposed you for the most heinous act there is, being a child PDF file. We have to say that because we're on YouTube, and YouTube is filled with PDF files, if you know what I'm saying. So if he's going to take it there, where's the next level Trump takes it? Expose the billions of dollars being wasted on SpaceX sending fucking rockets pretending to go to space when we all know you can't leave the firmament. Trump is a smart man, Freemason of the Scottish Rite, not a retard. They believe we're the retards for believing, the drama. But that's where I would take it next if it was a legitimate beef. But in the back of my mind, it's a stage. The world's a stage. They're mere actors playing their role. They both have handlers, and they're being told exactly what to say. I could be wrong. Again, that's just my 2 Satoshis, but you guys let me know your thoughts. Good Lord, JV. Who cares about the Elon and the Trump drama? I don't. Impact. Oh, the meteor. Well, here's the thing. For some reason, Bitcoin's down to 101,000 today. Is that anything to do with the drama in the markets? You tell me. I think Trump could dig the deepest. Bought the dip. I can tell you Trump is a smart man. He knows a lot of dirt on Elon because I know a lot of dirt on Elon, and I'm not the fucking POTUS of the strongest country in the world, known as the United States of America. Now, happy 420, broskies. Can I strike the gong? Broskies, hit the bong. Ladies, drop the thong. I'm just saying. Elon didn't have the clearance to see the Gilligan's Island list. Appreciate the insights there, Oracle. The stream is blowing up. We're up to 1,100 people. I dig it. And shout out Max. That's why he just reposted the stream. And when Max, who has over 600,000 followers, and he is the high priest of Bitcoin, speaks, people listen. So the stream is blowing up. Thank you dearly. Max Keiser, already 1,100 people here. I wouldn't be surprised if we have at least 5,000 before the end of the stream. So help. If you haven't already, repost the stream, comment, quote, all that good stuff. We're about to kick the mofo off. Let me just chill. One more sip of the caffeine in the bloodstream. And I swear, we'll kick this mofo off, JV style, with the nip.
Spoke the truth. Now the system answers proof. Borders locked, criminals bound. Bitcoin rises, nation found. The world said,
it can't be done.
It can't be done. But Trump and Bukele made him run. Fiat fades, Bitcoin reigns. Hash war start, the game has changed.
Doing the doing doing. Tell them that justice is round the bend. Tell them that truth's gonna come again. Bitcoin's rising now. Come on now, sing along. You guys know the lyrics. You want me to call your phone? I'll call your phone, but pick it up, please, Oracle. You're interrupting the show.
Pump it up, don't you know? Pump it up. You've got to pump it up.
We're pumping it up. Fear is for them, not for me or the Bitcoin Pirate crew. This may be the last time you will ever find the biddy at 100,000. Tell them, Greg. Cheers. We need CCOT here already, I know. But anyways, we're going to kick the show off, fam. Again, welcome everyone joining us. Live stream, tri-stream, JV live, and in the motherfucking flesh. So yeah, let's kick this mofo off. If you're new to the channel, very important, smash the likes. Go ahead, subscribe. Then ring the bell. Turn on notifications to receive daily premium crypto news alerts every single day, 7 days a week, just like this. Today is pod episode 2013. I'm your host, JV. It's June 5th, 2025. Lots of drama and controversy out there. Trump is at war with Elon publicly right now. Elon just called out Trump for being on the PDF file list of Epstein. Holy shit. And Max Keiser says Elon's on the cusp of becoming a full-blown Bitcoin maximalist. We will be discussing all of this, but we got to start here with the market watch of the day and checking out Coin 360, broskies. We have Bitcoin correcting down 3% on the day, trading above 1013 at the time of the live stream. Ether is the big loser, down 5%, trading back under 2,500, while XRP, Cardano, Tron, and the bulk of the entire crypto market correcting and in the red. And checking out the infamous CoinMarketCap.com. We're currently sitting at a 3.18 trillion market cap. The all-time high is 3.75 trillion. Unfortunately, we're back on the decline. Silver lining, Bitcoin market cap still above 2 trillion. We got roughly 117 billion worth of volume for the past 24 hours. Bitcoin dominance 63.4%, with Ether dominance 9.4%. And checking out top 100 crypto gainers past 24 hours, very modest gains. Monero leading the pack, up less than 2%. And Dexy up 1% as the bulk of the market is correcting and in the red. And checking out the infamous crypto bubbles, we get a visual perspective on the day. Unfortunately, it's all going to be red. Exactly. It's like, shit, 98% of the market in the red, Rec City. Zooming out for the week, a very similar scenario, Rec City. Zooming out for the month, take that back, we're in the green. Half in the green, half in the red. Dead in the middle of little did we know that we riddles a middleman who didn't do diddly. No diddy. And checking out the infamous Crypto Greed Info Index. Today we're at 57 greed. Yesterday is 62. Last week at 74. And last month at 59. But we got to check out the infamous time chain calendar, JV. So pull her up, please, with the nip. That's right. We're about to cross the coveted 900,000th block for the Bitcoin blockchain. We're currently on number 899,921. We have 150,000 blocks until the halving in 2028. And as of today, you can exchange one fiat monopoly dollar for 985 sats. So you know what to do. Pick up the sats, put down the gats, and pick up some Bitcoin caps from my man Sergio over at bitcoincaps.net. And if you don't know, now you know, homie. Let's go. What up, Facts? Are you not entertained? No, it's an African American behind this. Oh, snap. I think Russia's already retaliating, eh? Uncle Vlad has been accumulating billions of gold for the past 2 decades. Now they're buying the pretty little bitty because it's going up forever, Laura. Come to your own conclusion. That's what I'm saying. Darth Melda in the building. This gong strikes for Darth Melda. Buy that motherfucking dip for the nip. This shit has come up from less than $1 in the last 15 years, yo. That's what I'm trying to say, yo. Just saying, though. Anyways, Bitcoin Prez, where you at when we need you? And next, we're going to pull up some of the live charts, do a little live chart, bitty action, Jackson satisfaction for the broskies, of course. But first, let's get back to some Bitcoin presidents, shall we?
Doing. Tell them that justice is round the bend. Tell them that truth's gonna come again. Tell them that Bitcoin's rising now. Trump's gonna cut you down. Bukele's gonna cut you down. US debt, fake money high. It out, watch nations die. Stock market ain't the star in the sea.
The star, BTC, set it free.
The star is BTC, set it free. Man on a mission, 2-year clock. Hash wars coming, nations locked. Fiat's weak, the end is near. Bitcoin stands, nothing to fear. In CCOT's walls, they now confide. Bukele stands, no place to hide. Once plagued by murders, now numbers fall. His people's trust, heeding the call. Trump's mandate clear, borders defend, protecting citizens, steadfast to the end. Both leaders stand, unwavering hands, guiding their nations fulfilling.
Oh yeah, let me update everyone really quick. I'm not going to spend more than a minute on it today because I spent 10 minutes on it yesterday. But YouTube doubled down on being retards. 12 of the 20 videos which were flagged were rejected on the appeal, and they doubled down on claiming those videos were harmful and dangerous. And so I don't accept that as an answer, but their team support on X ultimately said there's nothing we can do about it. That's just how our system is. So I basically responded saying, if you're going to accuse me of creating dangerous and harmful content, the least you can do is provide me with the timestamps from each video which is allegedly in violation. And of course, they didn't respond. They just ghosted me. But that's where we're at. They're not providing any proof of work of how or why my content is dangerous and harmful. They're just putting me in a category that I'm either promoting cash gifting, an illegal Ponzi scheme, or get rich quick, which we all know is not true. All I do is promote Bitcoin, and that's what's fucked up, and that's a part of the distortion. So I encourage you, if you support your boy JV, Nipinator, or Bitcoin, just make sure you're following me on X and Rumble, because my YouTube channel could be terminated any day. And the big problem with that, I have over 3,000 videos, 7 years of content posting every single day. So if they can flag 30 videos overnight and then deem half of them are alleged harmful and dangerous, they can do that to the 3,000 other videos. And then there's nothing I can do about it because there's no real human being behind it. It's a part of the forces of evil. So I just share that to say, YouTube, this could be my last show. I don't know. But if shit hits the fan and I wake up without a YouTube channel, I'll continue. But it's going to be on X and Rumble. You can still find all 2013 podcast episodes on iTunes, Spotify, Google Play, iHeartRadio. You can still find the last 1,000 or so episodes uncensored on X and Rumble. It's only YouTube. YouTube is the only outlier platform and community removing my videos and claiming it's harmful and dangerous, so we have to remove your videos. And the most ironic part, it's been happening for 3 fucking years. It started in 2023. They terminated my channel under false pretenses. Same thing. Your channels and videos are harmful and dangerous. Blah, 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 blah. Terminated. And then 2 weeks later, they reinstated it and apologized. Then in 2024, same thing. They permanently terminated my channel. No warnings. I appealed it, rejected, and then 2 weeks later, sorry, we were wrong. You didn't violate anything. And now again, 3rd year in a row, being under attack, appealing it, rejected. Yeah, I mean, it's pretty wild. And I know there's a lot of comments in there, but there's just my quick little YouTube rant to get you up to date with what's going on. Watching the news from the Russian TV stations, it's suspiciously quiet. Nothing is being reported right now for the last 8 hours. What is dangerous and harmful? A social media platform that censors whatever they want other than scam ads, deep fakes, and bullshit. Exactly. I couldn't have said it better, Greg. So I just got to say I greatly appreciate you guys for supporting me through the bullshit. Again, nothing new. I'm still under attack, but I wear that as a fucking badge of honor. I know I'm doing something right, and I'm unwilling to sell my soul and like these devils parading in front of your faces like Dave fucking Portnoy. And his agenda is clearly to get rid of free speech. He wants to make it where comedians can't say jokes any longer, which is an attack on our First Amendment. So anyone attacking any of the, amendments in the Constitution, go fuck yourself. You're a part of the problem on this planet, right? There's a lot of evil folks out there, a lot of people willing to sell their souls for peanuts. Not Nippinator. Won't go. No go. Bots and scam ads? What the frick? Sit tight, boy. Russia only wants the Crimean Peninsula. They've had the huge influence for the naval base for the last 100 years. Tell them, Greg. But anyways, shout out Short Coin just joining us. What up, Larry? You've got a sneaking employee into YouTube and have them unlock your account. Yes, we've been shadow banned for 5 years. We've been stuck at 70,000 subs for freaking multiple years. My thinking is they don't want me to hit 100,000 subs and be a partner and get one of those plaques. So they're just like, let's get rid of them now while we still can, or it's going to be too late. Who knows? I'm trying to make sense of it, but at the end of the day, again, I wear that shit as a badge of honor. What are you going to do? But anyways, let's dive into our TA, aka Astrology for the Broskies. And of course, shout out to the Bitty Baddies. But after the infamous freeze frame, the headline here reads, Bitcoin hash ribbons metric just delivered the 3rd buy signal of 2025. Nippinator indicator on full effect. That's right. The Bitcoin miner performance is still telling market participants to buy the Bitty, despite the price hitting new all-time highs on May 22nd. It was literally 2 weeks ago. We hit the coveted 112 current all-time high. Now, the hash ribbons, if you're not familiar with it, measures the 30, 60-day moving average of a hash rate and says even the current prices represent the long-term buying opportunity. Quoting Crypto Quant, it is not a big surprise considering the hash rate has recently reached new all-time highs. Now, hash ribbons has an impressive track record, that's for sure, catching long-term price bottoms, then has delivered the buy signals relatively rarely. In a post, Dark Faust observed that this time around, little attention is being paid to the indicator. All eyes on Nippinator indicator. Go figure. Bottom line, this signal is telling you that buying the dip around here is a smart move. Buying every dip is a smart move if you're in it for the long haul, just FYI. But anyways, meanwhile, miners' Bitcoin reserves are staying more or less flat through the 2025 after sustained selling throughout last year. Coins in known miner wallets total 1.8 million BTC as of June 4th. Also, large volume investors have seized the opportunity to lock in profits at all-time highs. Now, checking out the week on chain, Glassnode used the 90-day simple moving average of hodlers' realized profits to compare the profit-taken intensity across cycles on the apple-to-apples basis. A clear trend emerges. Profit taken has grown less euphoric over time, reflecting the broader degraduation to cyclical upside performance and lower volatility profiles as the market structures, as outlined here in the chart. And I am going to pull up the live charts, and of course, we are going to be discussing Elon and Trump in more detail, but you got to stick around for that. We always save the best for last. I do got a lot of news to get through, very relevant here in the Bitcoin sphere. So we're going to focus on that first, just FYI. But do note, our featured story is quoting Max Keiser. He believes Elon's on the cusp of becoming a full-blown Bitcoin maximalist, which means all in on the biddy, world's richest man on paper. So we're going to have a great conversation surrounding this. Shout out to your high priest, your holiness, Max Keiser. But first, let's pull up some of the live charts. We'll do a little live chart action. Jackson satisfaction, Bo Jackson for the broskies, of course. And we'll start with the 1 hour chart and we'll work our way back. Bitcoin's currently correcting, big dip today. We've been corrective since this morning. We're currently holding on to 101.1 as per the screen. You're looking at a live chart via Coinbase, via TradingView. We do have a bull target though in the red, which is right above the all-time high, 112.5, which would send us back to price discovery. Let me know when you feel we'll likely re-enter price discovery. Do you think it'll be this week, next week? Holla at your boy. And checking out the 4 hour. The 4 hour chart, also big red candle, 3 consecutive, unfortunately, since this morning. We also have a red target in the bull zone, though, sitting at 112 as well. But there is a falling wedge, so we may continue to correct. Will 100 hold is a pretty good question. It may be the line in the sand as it's a psychological support. You feel me? But you guys let me know your thoughts on that. And zooming out a little further, let's check out the daily, then we'll check out the weekly and the monthly. And as you can see here on the daily, big red corrective candle on the day. We were just at 106 yesterday, ironic enough. So that's like a half a God candle descending. 2 bear scenarios in place, so bearish I won't even entertain. And zooming out, you know how it is. And zooming out from there, we'll check out the weekly. I'm not Peter Schiff. My name ain't Jim Cramer. It's not Dan Pena. And it's not Garrett Soloway. And we're going to keep it that way. Checking out, this is actually the monthly. We skipped the weekly. We'll go back to the weekly. But you can see the month of May and April, we had green candle closes. But thus far for the month of June, it's now corrective after today's $5,000 drop. No particular targets on the monthly. So let's just take a quick glance at the weekly. Now, we did have 7 green consecutive weekly candle closes, which is beautiful. But we did just get the corrective candle close on Sunday. And thus far, if things don't turn around fast, it looks like we'll have another red candle print for the week. But we do have a rising wedgie, the only wedgie I approve of. And we still have the 124,000 cup and handle target on screen. So let me know where you feel the pretty little bitty likely to take us next before we dive into our next story of the day and discuss the Trump media filing for the spot Bitcoin ETF approval from the SEC. And there we have it. As the entertainment continues. Happy birthday, Adam. Adam, it's your birthday. Happy birthday, Adam. Help me wish Adam a very happy birthday. Good to celebrate with you, brother. Appreciate you here on your special day. This gong strike is for you. Adam, it's your birthday. Happy birthday, Adam. And check it. We just hit 4,000 people on the live stream. We're only 30 minutes in. What did I say? We'll have over 5,000 live viewers on today's stream. A bada boom, a bada Bitcoin. Fairy tale. Up 25,000 since January. Bada boom, shakalaka. I would be made of the rubber. Happy birthday, Adam. We got the rising wedgie in play. Chainsaws are going. The chainsaw, what is that? The Texas Chainsaw Massacre. Thanks all. You're very welcome, brother. Falling wedge is a very bullish signal. Well, all hail the falling wedge. I accept the falling wedgie then, not just the rising wedgie. Give me more of the falling wedgie, please. Starlink at the cabin rules. Oh, you got your internet out in the cabin? Nicey nice. I'm going to check the X feed again, fam. Again, we're blowing up. This is crazy. Elon just accused Trump of being on the Epstein client list publicly to his 300 million followers, however many people are following Elon on X. I would dare say he's the biggest influencer on X, being it's his platform. Correct me if I'm wrong. Someone put cap, XA word, so you don't think he'll become a Bitcoin maxi. In all honesty, I'm highly doubtful Elon, because I don't trust him, would become a Bitcoin maxi as well. However, we're still going to entertain the thought, of course. That's our feature story of today. Bro, join the resistance and we'll make YouTube pay. Now we're talking. Join the resistance and let's make YouTube pay. I'm with you on that. Sonia said yay in regards to Elon on the brink of going full Bitcoin maxi. Let's get it. And again, Fairground, the rest of the fam-a-lam. Greatly appreciate you guys. It is staged. Saying it again. So the Oracle believes this is all being staged. My insights or intuition tells me the same thing. So I'm like, in my mind, 70% staged, 30%, they're genuinely pissed off at each other, going crazy, not listening to their handlers. But I already know if you get out of line, they whack you. What happened to John McAfee? What? That's all I'm saying. The Oracle, you're so right, says Fairground. Good evening. Starlink is the shiznit. Shout out Darth Melda taking the #2 crown. Darth Melda holding it down. 101. Gonna buy some sats. Put down the gats. Pick up the sats. And pick up some Bitcoin caps from my man Sergio over at BitcoinCaps.net. But yeah, this is wild. Are you not entertained? If Elon drops another bombshell or Trump, let us know. We'll stop the show and get right into it. 4,300 people on the live stream. Salute, fam. History in the making. Big beef. Two of the most influential people on the planet at war right now. War. And that's an understatement. They're genuinely at war, unless it's all just a big stage, big show. Welcome to the Bitcoin Show.
Demands. The orange pill stands where leaders rise. Justice reigns, truth survives. Trump saw the weapon, Bukele took aim. Sovereign money, no more games. Trump saw the weapon, Bukele took aim. Sovereign money, no more games. Ledger don't lie, can't be erased. Proof of work, the code is placed.
And again, shout out Max, man. This guy is awesome. Greatly appreciate the repost on the stream. That's why there's 4,300 of you here. This man hits the repost. People pay attention. I just reposted your repost of the repost there, Max Keiser. And you can see Max was actually with Bukele last night and Bo Hines, the head of the crypto assets for the United States government. So Max is the most credible guy in Bitcoin, and he there says Elon is about to become a Bitcoin maximalist. Let me know if you agree, disagree. And some more reposts from Max. Appreciate it. And ironic enough, one of my favorite shows growing up was I Love Lucy. And I love you got some explaining to do, Lucy. But yeah, there's Max and Bukele last night. Max and Stacy are Bitcoin advisors to President Bukele, if you guys haven't figured that out. And yesterday was very significant because, again, Bo Hines from the U.S. government was there. And these are the top dogs. And these are the people to be watching. So shout out again, Max, Stacy, Bukele, and yeah, anyone adopting Bitcoin, let's freaking get it. Heading below a hundo, BTFD alert. I repeat, BTFD alert. Bolsum blimey, that would blow up the world. John 5:19 states, so Jesus answered them, truly, truly, I say to you, the Son can do nothing on his own accord, but only what he sees the Father doing. For whatever the Father does, that the Son does. Amen. Someone put Trump's a dirty. Some splaining to do. Precisely. I used to be a big fan of Lil Ricky. He was a prodigy on that drum set. I'm just saying. Back in the old days. The Nick at Night days. Back before I understood that Nickelodeon was a part of the PDF files. Dun, dun, dun. Just saying. But anyways, we do got a shit ton of content to share. So let's continue with where we left off, shall we? After the infamous freeze frame, of course. Next headline. Trump Media filed for the spot Bitcoin ETF. Approval from the SEC won't let Trump be. But now without Gary G, they let Nipsey free. That's right. Here's the proof. President Trump's Truth Social files the S1 form for the Bitcoin ETF. And it'll probably get approved in no time, as obviously all the pro-Bitcoin folks are in town. And pro-crypto, I should say, at least for the United States. So yeah, Trump Media, the company majority owned by U.S. President Trump that runs the Truth Social platform, filed with the U.S. SEC to launch a Bitcoin ETF. TMTG filed an initial registration statement on Form S1 for the Truth Social Bitcoin ETF June 5th. According to the announcement, here's what it reads. The assets of the trust consist primarily of Bitcoin held by a custodian on behalf of the trust. The trust seeks to reflect generally the performance of the price of the pretty little bitty going up forever JV. The filing comes after the stock exchange NYSE ACRA submitted a proposal for the SEC to list the Truth Social Bitcoin ETF on behalf of the crypto asset manager Yorkville American Digital, partner of the TMTG and the owner of Truth Social. If approved, the Truth Social Bitcoin ETF will see crypto exchange Crypto.com act as the exclusive custodian, prime execution agent, and liquidity provider. The ETF is part of the increasing number of the crypto products seeking regulatory approval in the United States of the Nippinator. The new fund features exclusivity clauses. According to the filing, Crypto.com will offer certain services exclusively to trust behind the product. The product fees are still to be determined. Is there front running going on? Accordingly, there is. Reverses the right for the ETF sponsors to front run transactions. According to the document, prospective shareholders should be aware such persons that take positions in Bitcoin which are the opposite or ahead of the positions taken for the trust, there can be no assurance that any of the foregoing will not have an adverse effect on the performance of the trust. And while many Bitcoin ETF filings acknowledge potential conflicts of interest, they typically include measures to mitigate such conflicts. Do you think the POTUS of the United States launching his own Bitcoin ETF is a conflict of interest? Yay or nay? Holla. And in the case of a fork, ETF holders will also have no right to the corresponding asset. Keep that in mind. As explained, the sponsor will cause the trust to permanently and irrevocably abandon the incidental rights. Not your keys, not your cheese. So you ultimately get an IOU saying you have some exposure to Bitcoin, but you never hold the underlying asset, and that's the bigger picture. And that's why Bitcoin hardcore maxis, such as the Nippinator, will say just hold the fucking underlying asset. Otherwise, you're just getting an IOU at the end of the day. And if you don't know, maybe you'll figure it out one day, and we'll leave it at that. But there you have it, yo. That's the latest with the Trump ETF being submitted to the SEC. To get listed, you need to commit at least 100 million. Wowzer scoop. Why is everything a crash and my portfolio's down 15,000 today? Sell it all. Sell it all for fiat while you still can, brother. Not investment advice, lizard folk. You are right, Greg. In the Bible, Sarah is considered the oldest woman to conceive at age 90. God bless Sarah. She became pregnant with Isaac, fulfilling a prophecy that would bear the son for her husband. Hallelujah. Oh my God. John says Trump found Melania through Epstein. Oh my God. Hopefully Melania was of age. Shit. Just when you thought you seen it all, folks. Close to 5,000 people on the stream, fam-a-lam. Short coin, much appreciate ya. Just reposted ya. Shit's insane, says Big Bruh. Precisely. And again, Elon tweeted earlier, I got to read it again. Time to drop the really big bomb. Real Donald Trump is in the Epstein files. That is the real reason they have not been made public. Have a nice day, Donald J. Trump. Elon ain't playing games. Holy shit. Can't make this shit up. When I first saw the tweet, I'm like, that's not real. Like, no. And then I went to Elon's fucking wall, and it's real. I'm like, holy shit. Start scratching my head a little bit. Like, serious? Game on. This feels like World War III, ladies and gents. I'm just saying. Yeah, that's a real tweet, verified. You can go to Elon's X account. It's not made up. It's on his wall right now. The clown is a criminal. Criminals don't care about conflicts of interest. Why does the government pay Mar-a-Lago? He has a shitcoin ETF. Shout out Tony Hilton. Appreciate you joining the stream, brother. It's good to see your name again. It's been a minute. But anyways, yeah, you guys let me know your thoughts. This is pretty wild, pretty wild. Anonymous says they're both Antichrist. I asked earlier, I put a poll up, who's more trustworthy, Trump, Elon, or neither, or both equally trustworthy? 42% of you say you trust neither. And Anonymous drops the bomb, the both Antichrist. Well, I genuinely believe that Elon is an Antichrist, and I can show you one clear reason why that is. Just give me a second. This is one reason. I mean, he rocks a Baphomet costume with an upside-down cross mocking Jesus. I've never seen him praise Jesus or give God any credit or glory. If you have, let me know. I have never seen it. And then he actually has the Baphomet, and if you zoom into the Baphomet, the upside-down cross at the center of the satanic Baphomet, which is what Satanists worship. Oh, but JV is just having fun in a costume. Yeah, and his son's just having fun being a transgender following the satanic agenda while pushing the satanic fake space agenda, wasting tens of billions of dollars he's receiving through government subsidies. Come on now, folks, wake the fuck up. I've been warning you for many years about this, but no, JV, you're just crazy. You left your tinfoil hat on too long, brother. Katie says, why would anybody be surprised that Trump is on that list? Exactly. How many photos have been surfacing over the years of Trump and Epstein? I've seen at least a half a dozen of them. I don't save them because I don't brag about it, but I'm not surprised. Every massive influencer, politician, and world leader was at Gilligan's Island. Trump was no exception. And if you weren't at Gilligan's Island, you were baby oiling up P. Diddy. As crazy as that sounds. The world is ran by blackmail. There's blackmail on every powerful person, maybe minus Bukele. I don't know any outliers there, minus Bukele, because Bukele says, fuck the IMF. Just saying. Russia's retaliating against the Ukraine. That's why they're beefing on X. They don't want the people to pay attention to what's going on. I like that answer, and that makes perfect sense to me on the world stage. It's a distraction. They're covering up something more important they don't want us to know about. Elon plays the devil cosplay. He liked playing Diablo. Well, if your hobby is playing a game that's named Diablo, correct me if I'm wrong, but is not Diablo like Spanish for Satan? And you wear the Satan costume and you openly mock Jesus with the upside down cross, you're not trustworthy unless you're a Satanist. If I was a fellow Satanist, I'd be like, yeah, Elon's the most trustworthy person on the planet. He's speaking my language. He plays the video game Diablo, and he rocks the upside down cross mocking Jesus. But no, I'm not a Satanist. I believe in God. Every politician has an ulterior motive, Trump included. Money, money, money. Bro, we've been new about this shit. Why is everyone crying now? I've seen the screenshots of him, the court files detailing everything when they were released years ago. Crazy world we're living in, guys. Crazy world. But anyways, next story of the day. Can't forget about the Bitcoin news. Then we'll get back to the drama. Save the drama for your little baby mama. That's all I'm saying. All right, next up, let's discuss California. We'll get through this one quickly. California advanced the bill on unclaimed crypto and merchant payments. This is breaking just in. California's lower house passed a sweeping crypto payments regulating bill, which would allow the state to take idle crypto holdings from the exchanges. So my understanding is if the crypto remains on the exchange for 3 years, the government has the power to take it. That's the bill they just proposed. So I'm going to remind everyone again, not your keys, not your cheese. Only keep on the exchanges what you can afford to lose. You do not own the cryptocurrency on the exchange. You have temporary access to it. If you don't have the private keys, it's not your cheese. Hence, not your keys, not your cheese. Just a reminder. Just in Bitcoin laws, California Assembly passed bill to regulate digital assets under the unclaimed property law. The bill now moves to the Senate. The law explained assets left on the exchange for 3 years will be transferred to the state. So if you have parents, be like, yo, mom, please don't keep your Bitcoin on the motherfucking exchange. The state's going to end up with it, for Christ's sake, or the government. We don't want that now, do we, mama? And teach her how to properly self-custody her Bitcoin. It's the least you can do as a good son. Just saying. The bill now heads to California Senate. Oh, great. It can be rejected or passed by Governor Gavin Newsom. I would deem they would accept that bill because they want the free crypto, but you tell me your thoughts. Opinions on the new legislation have been mixed across social media. All I know is if California is up to something, don't trust them, is all I'm saying. What it does is update the unclaimed property law, so when your Bitcoin's turned over as unclaimed property from the exchange, it stays in the form of Bitcoin rather than liquidated. Then you can get it back from California. Yeah, and I trust California as much as I trust Jeffrey Epstein, just saying. But instead of selling your Bitcoin after 3 years of inactivity, custodians must transfer your actual Bitcoin to a licensed custodian. But anyways, obviously lots of controversy on these laws. You guys let me know your thoughts. And quoting Dennis Porter, he says, most states have unclaimed property laws to exchange to comply with. It's returned to the owner when the owner reaches out of state. I mean, that's according to actually Haley Lennon, former regulatory counsel of the crypto exchange Coinbase. But you let me know your thoughts on that. In my opinion, California, it's a fallen state as far as the government's concerned. It's awful, maybe the worst governor in history, Newsom. Correct me if I'm wrong, but yeah, I don't trust them. And by the way, I grew up in California, born in New York, for those that don't know, moved to California, stayed there a few years, then ended up in Florida. And since 6th grade to an adult, lived in Florida, and then eventually got the fuck out of the United States and started traveling the world, been to 40 countries. I've lived in Costa Rica. I've lived in Medellin, Colombia. I lived in motherfucking China. And literally all over the world, and here I am in Puerto Rico. One whole coiner, that's like finding a unicorn. Exactly. Less than 1 million Bitcoin addresses are whole coiners. Let that sink in. Less than 1 million Bitcoin addresses have one coin or more. The doing.
Fiat falls, the debt runs wild. Bitcoin stands pure fortified. Doing.
Sing along, baby. Come on.
Tell them that justice is round the bend. Tell them that truth's gonna come again. Tell them that Bitcoin's rising now. Trump's gonna cut you down. Bukele's gonna cut you down.
I'm just reposting everyone as we jam out to some Bitcoin Prez by Chandy 10 Music, #1 Bitcoin content creator as far as music is concerned, and #1 AI artist, I dare say. We're up to 5,300 people on the live stream. This is our biggest audience on a live stream in a hot minute. So again, shout out Max Keiser. Our feature story will be discussing Elon going full retard on the Bitcoin and becoming a Bitcoin maximalist. He's exposing Trump right now, claiming he's a PDF file. Shit's getting crazy. And we will be covering all that, as well as all the controversy, as well as what Elon's been posting. Kelso with a comment: critical thinking and independence from the fiat game is the way. Buy Bitcoin, grab some popcorn, enjoy the show. They have played the American public for far too long. Well said, brother. Greatly appreciate the support. Out of state, I have several high-tech co-friends. They all left Cali. Why? Taxation. So much for the Golden State. Crazy. The only thing left good in California is Shortcoin, Moonstone, and Steph Curry's b-ball skills. That's about it. Looking at what the Congress and Senate are doing, trying to find out if they're Yeah, that's good idea. What are they distracting us from right now? Good point, Oracle. But let's continue. Again, over 5,300 people on the live stream. We're streaming. We're live on X, Rumble, and YouTube. If you haven't hit the repost, you know what to do. But next story of the day, we still got quite a bit of news. We're going to discuss the incoming supply shock, the lowest amount of Bitcoin we have seen on the exchanges in literally years, since 2018. Then we'll discuss the Degen trader getting wiped out for another 25 mil high leverage trade. And then we'll discuss the latest with Elon Bitcoin Maxi. That's right. And the latest controversy between Trump and Elon and all the goodness, and badness and everything in between, the good, the bad, the ugly. But yeah, Bitcoin supply shock, send it. Let's break this baby down. The Bitcoin supply on exchanges has dropped to near 7-year lows, falling below 11% for the first time. There's our signal, Nibbinator, since 2018. The peak occurred in March of 2020 after Novid, when over 17% of the Bitcoin supply was held on the exchanges. Since then, over 6% of the total supply, or roughly 1.26 million Bitcoin, has been withdrawn from the exchanges. Numbers don't lie. Check the scoreboard. Thank you, Glassnode. Now, Bitcoin investors are holding onto their coins at the highest level in over 2 years, according to the latest exchange flows. That's right. The ratio measuring the volume of the Bitcoin flowing to the exchanges relative to the on-chain network activity has fallen to the lowest reading since early 2023, signaling subdued exchange deposits despite the rising prices. As of June 2025, the 30-day moving average of the ratio sits near 1.2, well below the 365-day average, approaching the -1 standard deviation. But historically, such low levels have marked periods of strong conviction amongst the Bitcoin holders. Diamond hands, where you at? With investors preferring the cold storage to the trading. That's right, because holding your Bitcoin in cold storage will outperform the trader. Ask James Wynn. Just saying. This reduces available supply, with fewer coins potentially up for sale even as the Bitcoin hits new all-time highs in this bitch. Just saying. The rise of the institutional custody solutions is another major factor behind the Bitcoin decreasing supply across the exchanges. Instead of the public exchanges, large financial institutions, BlackRock, hence the lizard folk, can control the financial world. Fidelity, Franklin, prefer the third-party custody platforms. I expect nothing less from the lizard folk. Coinbase Prime, for example, reported over 212 of the billion of the assets under custody just in the first quarter of the year. They say the inflows from the ETF issuers, corporations, and high net worth individuals. And guess what? Do you know what an ultra high net worth individual is? 30 million liquid net worth. Where you at, Bitcoin diamond hands? Make some motherfucking noise. Just saying. The Coinbase crypto exchange, on the other hand, witnessed over 500 million, as a half a billion, worth of the outflows in the same quarter. Why is that? Because people are wising up. Never keep on the exchanges what you can't afford to lose. No different than the banksters with the cartels. Never keep at JP Morgan Chase in the bank what you can't afford to lose. And keep it that simple. You've been warned. The outflows have continued in the second quarter, including 761 million worth of the withdrawals witnessed on June 5th. I dare say you ain't seen nothing yet. Do you know when a legitimate Bitcoin supply shock comes, Bitcoin can shoot up by a factor of $100,000 overnight? I'll say that again. When a true Bitcoin supply shock takes place, Bitcoin has the potential to shoot up $100,000. Hence, the Omega candle in a single day on the daily chart. Let that one sink in. Just saying. ETFs have attracted a large portion of the Bitcoin to the coffers. Net worth of the asset managers for the spot Bitcoin ETFs was $44 billion as of June 5th. And the numbers continue to go crazy. BlackRock done already shattered every ETF record in ETF history. ETFs didn't even go live for the Bitcoin spot since January 11th of last year. A year and a half, BlackRock now has over 600,000 Bitcoin. That's more than Michael Saylor. Collectively, just BlackRock and Michael Saylor, just Strategy B and BlackRock, collectively have 1.2 million Bitcoin. Let that sink in, considering there can only ever be 21 million Bitcoin, 1.1 million belong to Satoshi, 5 million lost, gone, stagnated, stalemated, forever. You know what I mean? Very limited supply, and the numbers are only going to get more and more scarce as time goes by. That's why you have countries like the United States of America now stockpiling Bitcoin, right? That's why you have executive orders. That's why you have Bitcoin country with Bukele. That's why you have the mayor of Panama adopting a Bitcoin strategic reserve. That's why you have sovereign wealth funds of the Middle East in Abu Dhabi with $500 million plus in Bitcoin. You have countries yet to make the big announcement. Game theory in full effect. You already know. Close to 6,000 people on the stream. Let's go. I'm stoked right now. Okay, lost in the landfill? What are we talking? Welcome, abandoned shipmate, gearing up for the heavy, eh? The Canon batteries are ready for the respects, eh? Buy the motherfucking nip. Precisely, and let her rip, Tater Chip, is all I'm saying. Let me know if you got the Bitcoin swagger.
So chilling hot with my Bitcoin.
You feel that?
And I see why you said that. We just dropped below 101. We're about to test the coveted 100,000 major psychological support. Let me know if you think 100 holds up or if we'll drop below it. If so, buy that motherfucking dip. You can probably get about 1,000 sats per dollar right now. Seize the moment. Don't be gay. Don't be a Portnoy.
Swagger from the bitty stack. It goes up, up, up. Bitcoin goes.
It goes doing, doing, doing. It's a thrill ride. A stack deck.
I love it. 5,600 people on 5,605. 5,400 of you just from X. We got 200 on YouTube. We also have a group on Rumble. And when the news is over, we got 2 more feature stories. We will end the YouTube stream. There's no uncensored version of the pod on YouTube moving forward. I guess I'm grateful I even still have a YouTube channel at this point because I'm currently under attack. Plan B suggesting no more cycles, meaning we're going up forever, every year, higher Bitcoin price, new all-time high, price discovery here to stay. Take that, bears. No more winter, baby, baby. The only good thing left in California is the brat hot dogs and the beers in Solvang. Solvang, California representing. That was my school, baby. I went to Solvang, or I lived in Solvang. I can't wake up when it's over, Katie. Word. How many Bitcoiners are there? The Bitcoin programmatic math. It's a 276 cubed, 21 million ever, 3.6 lost permanently, 1.1 million held by the realm of the Satoshi wallet, 1.5 million yet to be mined, 14 million in circulation. Any questions, ladies and gents? I like it. But anyways, oh shit, it's already 5:05. Time's really flying today. Next story of the day, we're going to discuss this leverage trader and then the controversy of Elon potentially becoming a Bitcoin maximalist and the drama between him and Trump in real time. We'll go to his wall and I'll start reading that shit out loud. Let's do it. But first, we got to get through this story. Crypto leverage trader James Nguyen loses 25 million on a Bitcoin bet. And we've been covering him quite recently because he's been quite entertaining, to say the least. So let's break this baby down. The millionaire leverage crypto trader James Nguyen has been liquidated of nearly 25 million in Bitcoin after betting with leverage that the crypto's price would rise. Isn't it ironic? When you do that publicly, you always get liquidated, it seems. It's like the market makers, their only intent is to liquidate the big positions. Things that make you go, But anyways, Nguyen was liquidated for 240 Bitcoin and had manually closed part of the position to lower the liquidation price. So let me ask a question to all of my live viewers. Do you think it would have been more advantageous for him to just say, I'm going to hodl these 240 Bitcoin, or bet fucking 40x leverage that's going to go up and get liquidated if Bitcoin drops $2,000? Please, I'll read those answers out loud when we're done with the story. Now, Nguyen still held 770 Bitcoin worth 80 million at the liquidation price of 104. Data from Hyperscan shows the trader is currently sitting on an unrealized loss of $1 million on his 40x Bitcoin long position. I'm going to say it again. Doing anything with 40x leverage is retarded. Retarded. There's like a 99% chance you get liquidated. I just made that number up, but it's probably accurate, just saying. After the liquidation, Nguyen alleged the market was being manipulated against them. Now, it makes you wonder, why do it so publicly, knowing the market is crooked? It's like asking for trouble, right? He had separately requested donations to support his cause of exposing market manipulation. I'm going to say you're a sucker if you send him any donations. Anyone who has 100 million in positions or capital and you're sending them donations, you need to check in the mirror, because I personally think your family deserves that crypto you sent them more than James Nguyen, who is a degenerate high leverage trader. But that's just my 2 Satoshis. Nguyen rose to prominence after making a string of large high leverage bets on Bitcoin through the trading platform Hyperliquid. And in my opinion, this may have all just been a marketing publicity stunt for Hyperliquid, because who got all the attention as he was making these retarded trades? hyperliquid, hyperliquid, hyperliquid. So that's been in the back of my mind, just reading between the lines now. He initiated $1.25 billion bet May 24th. We covered it here in the show, going long on Bitcoin with 40x leverage. So naturally, we're like, wow, he must know something the rest of us don't know. But no, he just started losing massive losses. A day later, Wynn closes long position and instead open 110 million short. What a fucking clown. I don't respect that. I don't respect people who short Bitcoin. Personally, but that's just me. On May 29th, Arcam said Wynn had suffered a loss of 100 million over the course of the week. Good for him. You don't short Bitcoin, you dork. You can't short, you dork. We can't afford that. Now, unfazed by the recent losses and wanting to make $1 billion, and meanwhile, people are sending him donations. Wynn went on to initiate a second 100 million leverage long position. That's like me saying, well, guys, please send me money. I want to do a 40x long, and I want to teach the market makers a lesson. Just send me your money, please, and I'll send you back double, like Michael Saylor promises on the YouTube scams. Now, obviously, I'm joking, YouTube, so go fuck yourself. After Wynn's 100 million liquidation, Binance founder CZ proposed creating a dark pool perpetual swap decentralized exchange, which would combat market manipulation. CZ said due to the transparency of the DEXs, people can see the orders in real time, which can lead to front running precisely. CZ is a smart man, hence why he's one of the richest in all of crypto and the richest man to ever go behind a prison. Ironically enough, but he is out, just FYI. Slippages and other issues, and that issue even more severe, perpetual DEXs due to the liquidation. But anyways, you guys let me know your thoughts. I mean, I'm jonesing to get into the latest. Max Keiser basically says Elon's on the brink of going full Bitcoin maxi, and Elon's either lost his mind by calling out Trump for being a PDF file, being at Jeff Epstein's island, client list, or, I mean, something's going on, obviously. Whether it's all scripted or not, it's very entertaining, and I will be covering all this shit. Stay tuned. It's our next story of the day, and I'll give you the latest insights from your high priest. Shout out Jabbar. Appreciate you subbing to No One Daily Bitcoin Pod. This gong strike is for you, broski. People that short Bitcoin will get wrecked. Damn straight, you get bad karma. You can't short, you dork, you can't afford that. Shout out Little Bubble. Just remember, money is not lost on the market. Longs pay short, shorts pay longs. It's just a matter of the dollars going from one wallet to another. I just said that, JV. Well, repetition is the mother of all skill. We'll say it again. The wonderful thing about Biddy is Biddy the wonderful thing. Stole that from Tigger, Winnie the Pooh. A bromance is over. Honestly, I can't believe it lasted that long. Muskie is a chump. I'm going to read that again. I like that, Katie. The bromance is over. Honestly, I can't believe it even lasted that long as it did. Muskie's a chump. I love that. Respect. Sats for life. Stacking the biddies. Blessings on blessings on blessings on biddy blessings. Closing the block 900,000. Let's motherfucking go. Cheers to block number 1.1 million and a 1.1 million biddy price action Jackson. With the Bo Jackson for the broskies. 101, baby. Closing down the sector. Holding down the fort. You can't short, you dork. We can't afford it. So JC got some insights. This is why I think they're trying to distract us with Elon versus Trump beef. There's something going on bigger than the beef. Don't look where they want us to look. Look behind the curtain and see what they're hiding. Well said. Is this a World War III precursor? It's a good question right there. Thank you, JC, for the insights. I just reposted it. I definitely resonate with that. It's like the old magician's trick. Look here, and then they pull the wool over your eyes. Not happening. Not this time. Buy the dip, peeps. Shout out Rizzo. That's R-I-Z-Z-O. Open your ears, jackass. Shout out to the Jerky Boys. We're bringing it back. I'm bringing it back. We're under attack. Anyways, this shit's getting out of control. Are you guys ready to get into the drama and the controversy? The moment we've all been waiting for? I don't think you're ready. I think I got to hit him with some Bitcoin swag.
Built so right. Gonna bust out of the firmament. Beyond the water-filled sky.
Trust this, don't wear a nail on your forehead with an opportunity miss. Bitcoin thrust, fiat rust, stamp.
Bitcoin thrust. It goes doing, 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 doing. Hit the likes, you legends. I've been reading all the comments on the X. No one on the right knows what to do. That's why I'm loving this shit. It's entertaining. Elon was high as fuck standing behind the president's desk, contorting his pale face. Who knows what infamous Elon's getting out of the White House now? Every post-Bitcoin conference price action, the price goes down. Don't panic. Consider it a buy opportunity. Cheers to the legends. Yes, JV, always. Elon probably left his AI robots inside the White House. Tesla shares dropping like a rock. Trump says no one wants these bullshit electric cars. I find it fucking hilarious. I hope the beef just continues in the public sector forever. Gives us some fucking content. Thank you. Thank you, Elon. There's not often I'm praising Elon, but today, thank you for the entertainment. I appreciate it, Elon. It's nice. Keep it coming. The Kabuki Theater for the volatility. Kabuki Theater for the win. Precisely. Trump on the Epstein list. What's next? Space is fake is what's next. I just can't wait for someone of importance that you guys worship to say it. So you'd be like, oh, JV wasn't that crazy after all. Shit. She'll listen to him. I'm loving it, bro. I'm loving this shit. We just hit over 6,000 on the stream. We're about to dive into our feature story of the day. The latest from the high priest, Max Keiser. And of course, the controversy and saga of Trump versus Elon. There's a fucking war going on right now. And we're going to get deep into the drama. Mark my motherfucking words.
Your future and still
Keep it with swagger, securing Superman, real B is Satoshi level, Trump card holding kinda killer.
with double U's and M's for the orange pill set for making
I
millions.
got that Bitcoin swagger. You got that Bitcoin swagger. We got that Bitcoin swagger.
Stacking sats, feeling bad, looking sharper than a dagger. Be an Arkansas jam with diamond hands tough.
Got no kryptonite, just orange bitty light. Paper gets wrinkled, crinkled.
Texas, Montana.
All right, fam, let's do this. You guys ready? Now for our feature story of the day, quoting your high priest, Max Keiser. Elon is on the brink of going full Bitcoin maximalist. We're going to be discussing this as well as the drama and controversy currently between Trump and Elon. Elon just called out Trump for being on the Epstein PDF file list. It don't get no lower than that. So lots to share here. Let's break this baby down. First and foremost, here's the tweet from Max off the back of the tweet from Elon, starting with the tweet from Elon shared yesterday. He wrote, interest payments already consume 25% of all government revenue. If the massive deficit spending continues, there will only be money for interest payments and nothing else. No social security, no medical, no defense, nothing. So Max responded to that with the bombshell. Elon is on the brink of going full Bitcoin maximalist. Let's fucking go. Also, Max wrote this. He put Trump's plan, number 1, remove the debt ceiling. Number 2, print trillions of dollars. Number 3, see the Bitcoin price smash 1 million. And number 4, then buy billions in Bitcoin. So United States, why wait? Why beat around the bush when you can start stacking the bitty now? You can buy 10 times the amount than when it's at 1 million. Just saying. Max also tweeted here that 2.2 million is in play. Want to know why? Guaranteed they're going to continue to print. That's all they do is print fiat currency. You know what I mean? And what's going to happen to Bitcoin? It's going up, up, up. The doing, quoting Chandy. And also, Max wrote, USD stablecoins are a crutch. Trump thinks he can offload trillions of increasingly worthless T-bills on the global new market, so he's skyrocketing the U.S. debt. Bitcoin 2.2 million in play. And this was off the back of a tweet from Swan. Elon is sounding the alarm of the U.S. debt. America's in the fast lane to debt slavery. He's not wrong. The math is unsustainable. So Elon does make a point. The debt is unsustainable. So is this a hint that he's going to embrace Bitcoin maximalism? I'm skeptical, but you guys let me know your thoughts. And also some more tweets. Samson put, Elon, it's time to go all in on Bitcoin. Tesla can take Bitcoin for payments again and implement a Bitcoin treasury strategy. SpaceX can give a discount on launches paid in Bitcoin. Force a hard money standard on the money printers. And here's the bombshell of all bombshell tweets Elon wrote addressing Trump. Already 15 million views plus. I bet you if I refresh it, it's way higher. Let's see. 578 hearts already. And if you don't know, This is Elon's platform, so he has the biggest following. And yes, now 64 fucking million views. And he just shared this literally 2 hours ago. Timestamp, proof of work, 3:10 p.m. June 5th, 2025. 64.6 million views. Elon wrote, time to drop the really big bomb. Real Donald Trump is in the Epstein files. I repeat, real Donald Trump is in the Epstein files. That is the real reason they have not been made public. Have a nice day, Donald J. Trump. And he also put, mark this post for the future. The truth will come out. So he's doubling down on the claim that Trump is a PDF file, which is the lowest of lows. I mean, I don't even have to add to that. People put game on. The war, it continues. Trumpster versus the Musker. And holy shit, Chandy just dropped the ultimate super. Holy moly, I should say. Thank you, Chandy. She just hit me with $111 super. Obviously, you didn't have to do that, but thank you. That's very kind of you. Holy moly. Get me out of Vegas, Jesus. This gong strike is for you. I'm going to get back to the content and then get back to the chat because I just want to finish out my segment with the controversy, the news, and the drama and everything in between. But yeah, this was the bombshell of all bombshells. I did not have that on my bingo card for today, that Elon would be warring publicly with Donald Trump, our current POTUS. Elon also wrote, is it time to create a new political party in America that actually represents the 80% in the middle? There's a poll, and let's actually go to his timeline, but let's interject with the news regarding Max Keiser saying that Elon may go full Bitcoin maxi, and then we'll get into some more of the tweeting of Elon and Trumpster, and then we'll get in back to the Q&A. The idea that Elon might soon align himself with hardline Bitcoin maxi stopped being a fringe meme overnight. It began when long-term time Bitcoin advocate, Your Holiness Max Keiser, shared that the Tesla SpaceX chief executive is on the brink of going full Bitcoin maxi. Max's claim was prompted by a salvo of posts from Musk condemning the Republican One Big Beautiful Bill Act, a sweeping reconciliation measure that would extend the 2017 tax cuts and raise the statutory debt ceiling by roughly $5 trillion. The Congressional Budget Office's score shows that the bill would widen primary deficits by about $2.4 trillion over the next decade, swelling to roughly $3 trillion once interest costs are included. Elon framed the legislation as the tipping point for an already dangerous fiscal trajectory. We pay over $100 billion per month in interest. I repeat, we pay over $100 billion per month in interest on the national debt, $1.2 trillion per year. That's about 25% of the government revenue, he posted, warning that if unchecked, deficit spending continues, there will only be money for interest payments and nothing else. So guess who gets paid? The Fed. Ironic enough. No Social Security, no medical, no defense, nothing. In a separate post, he blasted the U.S. as being in the fast lane to debt slavery. And I dare say it's all by design. What are your thoughts, broskies? And while Musk figures reflect forward-looking calculations rather than Treasury official $909 billion net interest line item for the fiscal 2024, the direction is corroborated by the CBO projections that put the annual net interest outlays at $950 billion next year and well past $1.8 trillion by 2030. If the policy remains unchanged. So the exchange that lit up Bitcoin circles came when the Coinbase CEO Brian Armstrong posted, if the electorate doesn't hold Congress accountable to reducing the deficit and start paying down the debt, Bitcoin is going to take over as a reserve currency. I love Bitcoin, but a strong America is also a super important for the world. We need to get our finances under control. I repeat, America, get your motherfucking finances under control. Musk responded with a solitary U.S. flag emoji with an acknowledgement many interpreted as a silent assent. Bitcoiners quickly seized on the signal. Investor Corey Bates urged it is time to utter the safe word, reviving Musk's 2020 quip, Bitcoin is my safe word. Ironic enough. Now, William Clemente mused that Musk's Bitcoin maxi arc is next, with Pompliano arguing the biggest middle finger Elon Musk could give to the establishment and politicians. Stack some Bitcoin, brother. We'll see. And author Adam Livingston added, Bitcoin neutralizes debt slavery by anchoring capital to the finite and corruptible energy. You can't inflate 21 million. Now keep in mind, Tesla already owns 9,720 of the bitty, a potential position marked at just over $1 billion currently, year-end 2024, now estimated to be $1.25 billion. Obviously, the Bitcoin price has gone up for the rally, but the company has neither added that stock since late 2024 nor adopted it as a functional treasury reserve like MicroStrategy. Musk's latest comments stop short of announcing such a pivot, yet they place him rhetorically alongside figures, also arguing that Bitcoin is the only credible hedge against fiscal prolificacy. So ironic enough, the only obvious solution, Elon, is Bitcoin. But when are you going to admit that yourself? Let's actually go to Elon's wall and check out the latest controversy and drama, if he posted anything new from the time I started the stream regarding calling out Trump. So yeah, the pinned post is it time to create a new political party in America that actually represents the 80% of the middle? I'm going to put yes just to see the result. 81.9% said yes. He shared that poll more recently, 3 hours ago, and already 2.1 million votes. How many people follow Elon? 220 million people. 220 million followers. Good Lord. But yeah, again, I'm going to reiterate the tweet that broke the internet. Wasn't expecting it. 67 million views. Time to drop the really big bomb. Real Donald Trump is in the Epstein files. That's the real reason they have not been made public. Have a nice day, Donald J. Trump. I want you guys to tell me if you agree or disagree. Do you think he's capping and he's just upset with Trump? Do you think this is all just political theater? What do you think is really going on behind closed doors? And I guess this is what kicked it off and pushed them over the edge. Trump wrote, Elon was wearing thin. I asked him to leave. I took away his EV mandate that forced everyone to buy electric cars that nobody else wanted, that he knew for months I was going to do. And he went fucking crazy. And Elon put such an obvious lie, so sad. And then it seems Elon either went crazy with exposing Trump, and again, he even doubles down, mark this post for the future, the truth will come out. And with that being shared, I'm going to get back to the comments. I want to say thank you again, Shandy, for the super duper super at $111. This gong strike is for you. And I know, don't judge the striker by its cover, please. Holy moly! All I can say is even I'm shocked at the events being shared publicly here today. Holy shit. And we are at 6,500 live viewers. We're breaking the internet ourselves. Well done, gentlemen. Is Elon eligible to run for the POTUS? Just the opinion asks. Yes, the hip pull out game weak. We have a new political party. It's called MAGA. Make America Great Again. What about make Bitcoin? Keep Bitcoin the greatest there ever was and there ever is with the Nippinator indicator, please. Elon is saying that without his Trump, he would have not won the presidency. Let me know if that's accurate. I don't have an answer for that. Who knows what would have happened? I guess we'll never know, but it is true that Elon was strongly backing Trump, so all the Elon dick riders voted for Trump once Elon endorsed him. I mean, can we all agree on that? Let me know if that's accurate, or call Cap if you don't agree with my two Satoshis there. I'm going to read your comments out loud. Welcome everyone to the Q&A segment of the live stream. Here's what we're going to do. There's 6,500 people watching. Most of you guys are on X, but there's 200 plus still on YouTube. I'm going to end the YouTube transmission because YouTube, they not like us. So if you want to continue with the uncensored version of the pod and to get all the latest controversy and drama and everything you need to know, head on over to the Rumble or head on over to the X. It's rumble.cryptonewsalerts.net. Again, rumble.cryptonewsalerts.net. If you're on the YouTube transmission is coming to an end. Deuces to the YouTube. Head on over to the Rumble or X. Either way, deuces tube. All right, we